3:11 local time. The radar doesn't show a target, it shows a gap, a slice of sky that should be noisy. Civilian traffic, background clutter, atmospheric noise, suddenly goes clean, too clean. Inside a regional air defense command post in western Russia, one operator leans forward. Check that sector again. The system refreshes. Still nothing. And that's the problem. Because when modern airspace goes silent, it usually means something is already inside it. And whatever just slipped through is not small. 3:13. 400 kilometers to the west, a long-range sensor platform picks up the first anomaly. Low observable, intermittent return, speed, subsonic, altitude, extremely low. It's not a fighter, too slow, not a missile, too steady. Then a second contact appears. Then a third. They're not flying in formation, they're spacing themselves, the hunting patterns. And suddenly the picture changes. This isn't one aircraft, it's a system. Something is moving through Russian airspace with intent, and it hasn't been detected until now. 3:16. The first radar locks. A narrow beam tracking pulse cuts through the darkness. For half a second, it paints one of the contacts. That's all it gets, because instantly the signal collapses into noise. Electronic interference, not random, directed. Whoever or whatever this is, it's not just flying blind. It's fighting back. Contact lost. The operator swallows. That doesn't happen. Not like this. 3:18. Command escalates. 2 interceptor aircraft are scrambled from a nearby airbase. Engines ignite. Afterburners roar. Within minutes, they're airborne, climbing hard into the night sky. Their mission is simple: find the targets, identify, if necessary, engage. But they're already behind, because the intruders aren't flying straight. They're weaving, changing altitude, altering signatures, and most importantly, they're closing in on something. 3:21. Satellite feeds begin to update. Thermal signatures, ground movement. A large industrial complex lights up under infrared. Perimeter security shifts. Power usage spikes. This isn't just any facility. It's a hardened site. Restricted, high priority. And whatever is coming, it's coming here. 3:23. Back in the interceptor cockpit, the pilot scans his radar. Nothing. Then, a flicker 10 miles ahead. Low, fast. He locks. For 2 seconds, the target resolves. Not a jet, not a missile, something else. Unknown contact, low observable, attempting intercept. Then the lock breaks. Again. The pilot exhales slowly. I'd see he's chasing something that doesn't want to be seen. And it's winning. 3:25. On the ground, air defense batteries activate, launchers elevate, tracking radars sweep. The sky fills with invisible lines of energy, search beams, acquisition pulses, targeting attempts. And then they find one. A solid return, clear, trackable. For a moment, everything aligns. Target acquired, engaging. A surface-to-air missile launches. The rocket motor ignites, tearing upward at Mach 3. It closes fast. 3 miles. 2, 1, impact. The sky flashes. Fragments scatter. Operators cheer. But the celebration dies quickly, because the rest of the formation doesn't react. No evasive maneuvers. No change in spacing. No disruption. That wasn't the main body. That was bait. 3:27. Now the real wave begins. 5 contacts emerge simultaneously on different radars across the region. Low altitude, high precision navigation, each one on a slightly different vector, but all converging on the same point, the facility. This isn't a strike, it's a coordinated hunt. 3:29. Electronic warfare intensifies. Communication lines stutter. Radar returns degrade. Some systems show false targets. Others go blind entirely. Operators are forced to switch modes. Manual tracking, visual confirmation. Too slow, way too slow. 3:31. The interceptors finally get close. One pilot spots something, barely, a shape against the terrain. Angular, compact, moving fast but controlled. Not a traditional drone, not anything standard. He lines up, attempts a missile lock. The system hesitates, struggles. Then, lock. Fox 2, The missile leaves the rail, guidance active, closing. The target dips sharply, terrain masking. The missile follows, then detonates prematurely. No hit, no debris, nothing. The pilot stares. Negative impact. Whatever this is, it's designed to survive. 333. Ground Command realizes the truth. This isn't one platform. It's layered. Decoys, jammers, strike elements, everything working together. And now, they're seconds away. 334. Inside the facility, alarms begin to sound. Personnel move, doors seal, backup systems engage, but it's already too late. Because the first real strike asset just reached terminal phase. 335. One contact pulls up slightly, just enough to acquire its final targeting solution. For a fraction of a second, it becomes visible. A clean radar return, precise, intentional. Then it dives. 335-12. Impact. The first explosion is contained, deep inside the outer perimeter, but the second is not. 335-18. A second strike hits a power distribution node. The entire complex flickers, then goes dark. 335-24. A third impact. Fuel storage. This one detonates violently. A fireball erupts into the sky, lighting the surrounding terrain for miles. Shockwaves ripple outward. Windows shatter. Structures buckle. 336. Now everything hits at once. Multiple impacts. Perfect spacing. Timed within seconds of each other. This wasn't random targeting. This was sequencing, designed to overwhelm response and maximize damage. 337. The facility is no longer operational. Sections collapse inward. Secondary explosions chain through adjacent structures. Whatever was stored there is now burning, uncontrolled. 338. Air defenses continue firing. Missiles streak upward, but now they're chasing ghosts. The real targets have already done their job, and they're gone. 340. The sky empties. No more contacts, no more signals, just smoke, fire, and confusion. 344. Satellite imagery begins to confirm the scale. Multiple strike points. To critical infrastructure destroyed. Power systems offline. Command nodes eliminated. This wasn't a warning. It was a message. 350. Intercept aircraft returned to base. Pilots silent. They saw something, but they couldn't stop it, could barely track it. That realization spreads quickly. Through command, through intelligence, through every system watching. Because this wasn't just about destruction. It was about demonstration. 358. Analysis teams begin reconstructing the event. The pattern becomes clear. Initial penetration, decoy sacrifice, electronic suppression, precision convergence, terminal strikes. Every phase executed with timing down to seconds. This wasn't improvised. It was rehearsed, tested, refined, and then deployed. 410. One conclusion starts to form. Whatever carried out this strike wasn't trying to stay hidden forever. It wanted to be seen, just enough, just long enough, to make a point. 422. Emergency crews struggled to contain the fires, but some sections burned too hot, too deep, fuel-fed. Structural collapse continues. The facility is lost. 435. Across the region, air defense systems remain on high alert, scanning, waiting, but nothing else comes. No second wave, no follow-up strike, just silence. 450. And that silence says everything, because whoever did this didn't need a second attempt. They only needed one. 510. Intelligence briefings begin. Early assessments avoid specifics, but one detail is clear. This wasn't a single weapon. It was an integrated system. Multiple elements working as one, hunting, adapting, striking, and disappearing. 530. The question now isn't what was hit. That's already known. And the question is, who can do this again? Because this changes the equation. Air defense is no longer about range, or speed, or even interception. It's about detection. And tonight, detection failed. 6 o'clock. The smoke is still rising. The site's still burning. And somewhere, far from the impact zone, operators are reviewing telemetry, watching every second, every reaction, every response, learning. Because this wasn't just an attack. It was a test. A live fire demonstration, and it proved something dangerous. That something big can enter defended airspace, hunt its target, and blow it apart before anyone can stop it. If you found this breakdown insightful, watch our next analysis on how modern strike systems bypass layered air defense entirely.